This is the She Dares to Travel podcast, and I am your host, Raquella Pollock. After spending a decade managing the #1 travel agency in Canada, I am now here to connect you to women that are taking the travel industry by storm, as well as female business professionals that also have a passion for travel, just like me. We are here to inspire, uplift, and motivate you to not only follow, but plan out your dreams, no matter where in the world they may be. And of course, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsor, Staples Studio, where I am currently recording from. Check them out on their website, studio.staples.ca. Hello, all you daredevils out there. It is me, Raquella, and today I have an amazing guest. We're in a beautiful place called Fernie, BC. I have Caitlin Bates with me today. She's reservation and sales manager for Island Lake Lodge. How are you, Caitlin?
I'm great. Thanks, Raquella.
What's it like over living in Fernie? Because it's a smaller town in BC.
Yeah, it's. I'm biased, but it is pretty special. It's a small town in the Canadian Rockies. It literally has like 360-degree views of the mountains. The downtown is a mixture of historic buildings from our mining heritage, and then we've got a bunch of really cute locally owned and operated businesses. And then in the winter, it's all about the snow. We've got Fernie Alpine Resort, which is an awesome ski resort. We've got our world-class catskiing lodge, Island Lake. And then there's fat biking, snowshoeing, Nordic skiing trails. And then in the summer, you're going to see mountain bikes everywhere, like probably more mountain bikes on the roads than you see cars.
Really?
And yeah, absolutely. It's a super active town. Yeah, I mean, there's patios out on the street in the summer. People float the river in their tubes. So it's a pretty vibrant, amazing place to be.
Oh, it sounds amazing. And it's a smaller population, like only 5,000, is it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, like pretty tiny, but it sounds so beautiful. And I haven't been there as of yet, but it's not too far from Kelowna area. So I feel like
you got to make it out here.
Yes, exactly. Have to get a trip going. Now, have you always lived in Fernie?
I haven't. No, I moved here about 9 years ago from Australia with my partner. We came for a ski season, and we're still here. So that's an indication of how good it is. But yeah,
I feel like that always happens, especially when, like, Australians and snow. You know, and even Canadians always go to Australia and like, we'll go for a little bit, and then you end up staying there for years.
Yeah.
Both ways. Oh, that's so fun. So did you go to school for what you're doing now, for like sales management, reservations, like in hospitality?
Yeah, not exactly. I have a communications degree, and I used to work in corporate advertising back in Australia. And, as I said, we intended to come out here just for a bit of a ski change. My partner's an engineer, and, we got out here and started working. Like, I was working the front desk at Fernie Lodging Company, and he was housekeeping. So we became proper ski bums.
Awesome.
And then, I think the skills that I had from my degree and from advertising, I was able to apply to the work that I ended up doing here. I moved into a management position at Fernie Lodging Company, and from there I ended up managing the whole company before I moved over to Island Lake. So in a way, I'm using the skills, but no, it's pretty far removed from the glamour days of advertising.
Definitely. Was it hospitality as well in Australia that you were doing advertising for, or just
no, not at all?
Different.
It was like I had brands like Subway and some pharmaceutical brands, some universities, so completely different.
Totally different.
We made a decision a number of years ago that our quality of life over here was so much better than it was back in Australia, just because we have access to all these amazing things that we can do here in Fernie, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, I love that. I feel like the quality of life is so important, and especially with everything that's been going on with COVID, we're finding in the Okanagan a lot of people have been moving here just for that reason, right? To be close to lakes and the ski hills.
That here.
Same thing. Yeah, I figured. You just want to be close to nature. I'm finding more and more it's important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why would I want to sit in traffic for an hour when I can ride my bike to work every day?
Exactly. It's a no-brainer. No-brainer at all. Oh, that's so good. So then you right now are at Island Lake Lodges. So you ended up there. Now, prior to that, did you do a lot of traveling, like even being in Fernie and traveling around Canada or internationally at all?
Yeah. So I did do quite a bit of traveling when I was in Australia, but since I've moved to Canada, since I moved to Fernie, I should say, I haven't done as much international traveling. And I think it's because Fernie in itself is a holiday destination, so I don't feel the urge to leave as much. But when I do, it is always nice. I mean, I've traveled through Asia, with that being quite close to Australia. So I've done Vietnam and Kuala Lumpur and Thailand. I've done Europe because I had my sister living there at some stage.
Oh, nice.
And then after our first season in Fernie, we did a big road trip through America. But since then, I've really focused my travels on more local destinations. So traveling through different areas in the Kootenays, lots of camping and hiking trips, and just exploring my local area a bit more.
Yeah, that's so nice. Would you compare, for all the places you've been, would you compare like BC area in Canada to anywhere that you've seen before?
Yeah, well, it's not that dissimilar from New Zealand, and I hear a lot of people say that.
I've heard that too, actually. Yeah. I've never been to New Zealand, but I've heard the same thing with the lakes, the mountains, all the active that you can do. Oh, I like that.
Very and the nice people as well. Kiwis are great, and Canadians are super lovely as well.
We try. So when you were in Europe, whereabouts was your sister living?
She was living up near Manchester, but that was a great base for us to travel. We went to Scotland for a weekend because you can just drive everywhere in Europe. We did most of the UK, and then flights to, the mainland Europe are so cheap. I think we flew to Portugal for like £10 or something silly like that.
So ridiculous.
So yeah, it was pretty much looking on online and seeing where the cheapest flights were and thinking, okay, that's where we're going to go next.
I love that. That's the nice thing about Europe. Everything's so close. And it's so easy to get around by train, plane, car. Yeah. Where Canada, everything's so far out, and you have to basically like give up your firstborn child to like get over to the East Coast. It's so expensive.
I have not done the East Coast of Canada yet. And it's on my list, but last time we looked at doing it, we could get a flight to the UK for the same price. So
exactly.
We did that instead.
Yes, I know. We've always had our eyes set on international because of that fact. And then now I'm like, okay, we need to, I think, see more. And I have a friend that actually just moved to Nova Scotia. So I'm living vicariously through all of her photos that she keeps posting. It looks gorgeous out that way. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
yeah. No, it's definitely on my list. Montreal, Quebec. I want to get out there and see the rest of Canada. But we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, one day. I hear you. So about the lodge that you're in now, this lodge looks stunning. The whole area looks gorgeous, and I know it's world-renowned cat skiing. What type of experience do people have when they visit Island Lake Lodge?
Best kind, hopefully. It's. I mean, you're right. It is pretty spectacular. It's depending on what season you come in, you're either going to drive up to the lodge or you're going to take a snowcat, because in the winter it's not accessible via vehicle. So we have to ferry all our guests up in snowcats. Cool. And you go through an old growth cedar forest on the way up there. It's the westernmost population of the red cedars. So it's pretty spectacular driving up there. It's nice big trees that you don't see a lot out here. The buildings are classical mountain lodges, so big logs and a lot of charm, rustic charm to them, and it's set against the Lizard Range, which is where our ski terrain is located. So we do have 4 lodges up there. We've got a pretty esteemed culinary program. When our cat skiing guests are coming up, they're dining on 3-course meals every night. They're getting, chef-prepared breakfast. They're eating their lunches out in the terrain just so they can get as much skiing in as possible. And then we've got a great wine library. We've got a spa on site as well. And, in the summer, all of our ski terrain turns into hiking trails. So, you can get out there either season. And, of course, we've got a lake. That's where we get our name from. And there's an island in the middle of the lake. And, it's pretty spectacular. We've got a moose who raises her calves on the island every year. So come June, July, she's a pretty frequent visitor to the lodge, her and her baby, which does make it interesting sometimes with the guests. We have to close down trails all the time to give her space. But, it's pretty incredible.
Wow, it sounds amazing. Actually, as you're talking about it, I have the video on your guys' website playing. So I'm visualizing what it's like to be there. And that the lake with the island in it, can you go onto the island?
No, we do ask that guests don't go onto the island just because the moose makes that her home for the summer.
Oh, very cool.
But you can rent canoes and you can canoe around the island.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small island. It's only, 50 meters wide. So it's, there's not much to do on there. But,
no, exactly.
You can rent canoes and that's always really nice. And it's, you kind of get lost looking up at the mountains that are towering over you while you're canoeing on the lake.
So how far is the lodge and everything from Fernie?
It's nice and close. So, and that's one of the advantages we have compared to a lot of other cat operators. So it's about a half-hour cat ride from our lower parking lot to the lodge. But that parking lot is only about a 10-minute drive from downtown Fernie.
Nice. So it's not far at all.
So you can actually, a lot of our guests actually spend the day skiing at Fernie Alpine Resort before their tour starts, and then they meet in our lower parking lot and come up and ski with us for 3 days.
Very cool. So
and in the summer, it's about a half-hour drive.
Okay, so that's not bad then. And there's parking up there, so you can just bring, they can bring their own vehicles. Yeah. Very
absolutely.
cool. And then, so in the winter, do you have to be a fairly good skier, snowboarder in order to be visiting?
Well, you're going to be riding powder. So you definitely want to know how to get down a mountain, but you don't have to be an expert. It's not all pros that are up there. I'm definitely not a pro, and I've snowboarded up there several times.
Okay,
it's one of those activities where if you're more confident in the terrain and riding powder, you're going to have a better time.
I gotcha. Definitely. Oh, so beautiful. So what type of guests typically come out for this kind of vacation? Is it a lot of families, couples?
Definitely in the winter, it's more high-end clients, a lot from the U.S., older demographic, I would say 50 to 60 is our core market, but we are noticing that, there's a younger generation coming through. And then in the summer, lots of families come up, lots of couples. It's a really nice getaway for, honeymooners, people celebrating special occasions. And, that market is typically from Alberta and BC.
From, more local area.
Yeah, definitely that rubber tire market.
Have you guys had any celebrities that have come and stayed with you guys?
Maybe.
Ooh, mysterious.
My list is sealed. I can't give away too many details.
I bet. Thought I'd ask.
No, that's all good. And, the one thing that I love about our guests is, a lot of them in the winter are quite high end. They're very wealthy, but they are so down to earth and so nice. We are lucky to have amazing guests who've been coming. Some of the guests have been coming for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
If that's an indication as to, how they feel about the lodge and how we feel about them, then that's a good thing, I think.
Very good thing. Yeah, definitely, for the frequency and coming back. And, I love that. Because then it creates more of like a family, and then you see the same people every year and, more of that warm feeling. Yeah, very, very neat. So with, we've got the winter activities, you've got the summer activities. What is it like for a day of cat skiing? So walk us through that for those that have never even heard of this before.
So I know when people hear cat skiing, they're like, what on earth is that?
Skiing with your cat? Sure.
So for people who don't know what cat skiing is, it's kind of like private skiing. So you're going to have, we've got cats, which are like tractors, I suppose, that have a cab on the back where guests can, it's heated. We can fit up to 12 guests in there. And they take you up the mountain. So we've got a network of roads that are built in, and then you get to ski fresh powder all day. So in terms of what a day of cat skiing looks like, you're going to head up to the lodge on your first night of the tour. You get your 3-course dinner. And then the next day you get a safety briefing with our guides before you head out into the terrain. So safety is obviously super duper important to us and definitely our top priority. And then, you're going to spend the day skiing powder. We've got photographers that are in-house that will capture all your amazing moments throughout the day. You're going to come back after your day of skiing and have après in our bear lodge. So that's usually like a bunch of great snacks and drinks. You can have a massage if you want, and then you're going to go and have a nice 3-course dinner and a hot tub or a sauna.
Oh,
Sounds
amazing.
terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah, what a life. What a horrible life. Oh, wow. That's so beautiful. How is it typically like a 1-day package, 2-day a week?
Sure. It's so we do multi-day tours, and throughout the season we offer 2, 3, or 4-day tours. So if you're coming up for the 2-day tours, you're staying over for 2 nights and skiing 2 days.
Very nice. With the wine library. Very important.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And great cocktails.
Yes, of course. So how many people are working over at Island Lake? Is it a fairly large crew?
Yeah, in the winter we probably have about 60.
Okay.
And then in the summer, just because we've got 2 restaurants that operate in the summer, we do have about 90 people.
Wow,
so
yeah.
That's lots of return people who come back every season.
Yeah.
And
And then what's
pretty
like how many guests then? If you have that many staff working, how many guests can you have up there?
Yeah, so in the winter we have a maximum of 36 guests. So it's a small operation. Yeah, we've got 26 guest rooms, and just because we're limited by the amount of terrain we have, and also by how many people we can fit in the smokehouse.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
that does add to the exclusivity and the intimacy of the
I was
experience.
just thinking that. Yeah, that's just so intimate. And for that guest to staff ratio, that's got to be incredible service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is. And that is the one thing that is absolutely consistent throughout all of our reviews that we get is just how they, you mentioned it before, they feel like family when they come up here. And that's why they keep coming back year after year.
I love it. So awesome. With the guides that do the cat skiing, what are they like? Are they the pros?
They're cool.
I bet.
Yeah, they're kind of like the heroes of Island Lake Lodge. And yeah, we've got some guides who've been working for us for over 25 years. So it's pretty iconic characters that we have there. Yeah. They build amazing relationships with our guests, and a lot of them actually work at the lodge in the summer as well. So, whether they're ski guiding in the winter and then they turn into hiking guides in the summer, or they're glading our terrain, which is managing all the trees and everything.
Very cool. That is so amazing, because then those guests that have been coming year on year for 20 years are seeing the same faces that are working there too.
Yeah,
cool.
That's right. And they always asking for I want to ski with Corey and Brenda, and I want to ski with Steve and Candace. So,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So then how long have you guys been around for?
Just over 30 years that we've been operating as a cat ski lodge.
Wow. Is it all under same ownership, or has that changed quite a bit?
It has changed, yeah. So originally it was actually owned by Shell. They were looking at the land to see if there was anything of value on there. And there was a group of, skiers who had been coming up and using the land for years, and there was a negotiation that went into place, and Shell said, if you can get the funds together to buy this land, we'll sell it to you. And from what I understand, it was like the 11th hour they came down and they managed to pool all the resources and purchase it, and that was the beginning of Island Lake as we know it today.
Wow.
And today it's just owned by one guy. He's a great owner. He, visits several times a year and gives us a lot of freedom to do what we want up there. A lot of trust in us. But, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, and with the steady reputation you guys have built over the years, I'm sure he's like, you guys got it. you know what you're doing here.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow. And when it got bought 30 years ago, was it for this intended purpose?
Yes, they did. That's when they started the cat skiing operation, and cat skiing wasn't really a known thing back then. So they built the Bear Lodge. That was the first lodge that we had up there, and now that operates as one of our restaurants, and where the guests have their après skis, but you can go upstairs and there's bunk rooms up there from where they all used to cram in together. It definitely wasn't as glamorous as it is now.
Yeah, it's evolved over the years, I bet.
Yes.
Well, and I'm thinking of the fine dining that you guys have as well. What type of chefs do you have, and like how do you do your selection processes? Are those the same year on year?
Yeah, so we've actually got a new head chef that's just starting with us, but typically Red Seal is what we're, Red Seal chefs, and it's definitely modern French inspired, I would say. So you are looking at a fine dining product. It's in the summer when you can just drive up to the lodge, it is the place in town where you go for a special occasion, but it's definitely not unachievably expensive or anything, unattainably expensive.
Okay.
It's just really good quality food. It's big influences from our local community. We source a lot of our ingredients from local suppliers, and we've got a big focus on sustainability as well.
Oh, it's amazing. So if you just wanted to go up and just have a meal, you could do that. You didn't have to stay, like in the summer months?
Yeah, that's right. In the summer,
nice.
absolutely. So we've got 2 restaurants in the summer. We've got our Bear Lodge Bistro, which is more casual. It's open for lunch, so you can sit out on the patio. The views are amazing. It's definitely got the best views in town, and that's saying a lot because a lot of the restaurants in town have pretty spectacular views.
Oh,
but you can have a cocktail out on the deck and have more casual fare. And then the Tamarack restaurant is our more fine dining product.
so awesome. I'm Googling right now. How long is Kelowna to Fernie?
Yeah,
Drive.
About 7 hours.
7
it's not
hours.
Too far.
Yeah.
You can do it.
And 13 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
I'll be there for dinner. Great. Oh, man. Well, and in the summer months, too, you guys, do you guys host quite a few weddings up that way?
We do, yeah. So it's a spectacular setting for a wedding. We actually have our wedding ceremony location is down on the lake. It's called I Do Point.
Oh.
And you've got the lizard range behind you. You've got the lake with the island is kind of the backdrop to where you're going to be saying your vows.
Gorgeous.
And with our weddings as well, one of the nice things is that the product that we offer gives you exclusive use of the lodge for the weekend. So you're actually spending 2 full days with all your friends, your best friends and family, and no other guests staying at the lodge.
Wow.
People still come up and hike for a bit, but we do, we manage the trail, so no one's going to be hiking around where your wedding is, and you're not going to have anyone kind of photo bombing in the background.
Yes. Like those destination weddings in Mexico. I always wonder when I'm like on the beach looking and I'm like, oh, beautiful wedding. And there's like people slapping on sunscreen behind them.
No, you're not going to get any of that. The only gate crashes are going to be the bears and the moose.
Amazing. Oh, that's so neat. And so it's summer and winter weddings you guys do.
Yeah, we do winter weddings as well, just at the beginning or end of our catskiing season. And that's pretty spectacular. It's completely different to our summer offering, obviously. It's absolutely amazing view still, but definitely more inside components.
Yeah, than outside. Snap a couple photos, I'm sure, in the winter Wonderland setting. But I guess that must have been good through COVID, hey? Did you guys still find you could do a lot of the weddings? Because outdoors... We were definitely able to adapt pretty well with COVID. And, we worked really closely with our couples to make sure that they were still getting an experience that was reflective of what their original, vision was. And, the weather cooperated with us for the most part this year. Good.
And, our ceremonies, like I said, are all outdoors. The Bear Lodge has a huge deck, so we were able to utilize that for, a dance floor once we were allowed to dance.
Yes.
And, it was the couples this year were all super happy with how things went. And we're booking up for next year already. I think we're sold out on our weekends for next year.
Ooh,
and looking at 2023 now. So there's definitely demand there now that hopefully we're coming out of COVID.
Exactly. Yeah, as things are opening up. And now
we actually have a 100-person maximum for our weddings just based on our facility size. But that's, again, really nice because it keeps it nice and intimate. And, like I said, you've got your friends and family who are all staying up at the lodge with you for the weekend. So it's pretty nice.
No, it looks amazing. Great spot to do it. Well, being for the cat skiing aspect of the business, being that it's heavily a male dominated industry, especially when it started, coming out from basically nothing, people wondering what this is. Have there been any women's stories that you've worked with or anything like that?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's a few of the key players at the lodge, I would say, are pretty amazing women. So, our lead guide for a number of years was Nikki. She's just last year moved into being our risk assessment officer, but she is this tiny little pocket rocket lady who is just a badass skier, but super savvy with, organizing her guiding team, and so incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to avalanche safety and the ski industry. MH is one of our cat drivers, she's also the lead of our trail crew in the summer, so she's building all the hiking trails.
Cool.
Jen is our lodge manager. She has worked for the company for about 20 years now, so she knows the company like the back of her hand, and anytime I have any questions or problems, she's the person that I go to.
Definitely, a second home for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of amazing women who kind of are, the leaders at the company.
I love that. That's so fantastic to hear. And it's so nice you guys have such a wide range of people, or characters as you called them. So when you come and visit, you really get to meet so many people and hear their stories, and hear the stories of people that they've met over the years too. Absolutely.
And, there's a lot of fun stories that have happened throughout the years. So, if you stop and talk to any of the staff, they're going to have a pretty great tale to tell you.
Definitely. Oh, that's so amazing. So how can people book you guys? What's the best way?
Call me. No. They can definitely call over the phone, call and book over the phone. You can book through our website as well for the summer. For winter, because the cat skiing is very popular, so it does book out, but you can join our waitlist as well.
Awesome. Do you guys ever have specials?
Not for the cat skiing, again, just because it is such high demand, but for the summer we've got some really great packages that showcase our spa, our dining, our hiking, and obviously our culinary program as well.
Awesome.
So they are all up on our website.
Perfect. That's amazing. How far in advance do you think people should book for cat skiing? Do you guys go into 2 years from now, or is it all year by year?
So the guests that ski with us get the first right of refusal the following year.
Nice.
And we do have pretty high rebooking rates. So
I bet.
The best advice I can give is to give us a call. If it's something you want to do, call us today, tomorrow, and join our waitlist, because we do love getting new guests in so that they can experience it.
Amazing.
But it is tricky to get in, and as long as you're happy to be flexible with your dates and the number of people you're coming with, we will do our best to get you in there.
Make it work. I love it.
Yeah.
So what's the best way for people to find you for Instagram, your website, that sort of thing?
Sure. On Instagram, we're at Island Lake Lodge. And then our website is islandlakelodge.com. Nice and easy.
Easy. Perfect. And go check out the videos on this website. It's absolutely stunning. This place, it's like a winter wonderland. It really is. So it's amazing that you get to see it every single day. And I will definitely come visit. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let us know when you're coming, Raquel.
I will. I definitely will. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us today. I really, really appreciate it.
No worries at all. And we'll see you at the lodge sometime soon, hopefully.
You got it. We'll see you there. If you like this episode, please subscribe, download a few more, and leave a review. I really would love to hear from you, what you enjoyed and what your key takeaways were. And of course, please let me know if there's any aspect of the travel industry you want me to talk about next. You can also search for the hashtag #SheDaresToTravelPodcast on Instagram and comment on the episode's post with your questions. I'd love to answer them all for you guys. I hope you enjoy your day, stay so well, and until next time, fly straight.